I love finding more cats collector's edition. Aw, look at those eyes. They're digging into my soul. I can just feel them saying, you know you want to love me. I am more of a dog person, but I have to admit, these are some cute cats. Walmart delayed my Switch 2 console by almost a week, so I had a little bit of time on my hands. I didn't want to start up a really long game, so I decided to go back to the Eshop Dumpster, where I find a cheap game to see if it's worth the small price I paid for it. I enjoy hidden picture games, but they really come in two different ways. One that makes a story around it, or has interesting areas for us to explore and find items in. A good example of this is Crime O'Clock, a game that I reviewed last year. It has you solving crimes by finding certain things in the picture. Then there are the other kind of hidden picture games, where they have a photo and it feels like they just randomly threw garbage around it and called it a day. Unfortunately, this is that type of game. It's an incredibly lazy way to do a hidden picture game. Every place kind of looks like a hoarder's house, with trash everywhere. I mean, objects to find everywhere. In each photo section, there are 3 parts to it. The main hidden picture part of it, this part actually has 2 photos in it. The main one and a side one where you press the ZL button to access it. It was a weird way of doing it. If you really felt the need to trash up your picture with random crap, why do you need a second photo to extend the search? There'll be 16 cats placed throughout the photos. They were quite often cleverly placed, so you're going to often need to zoom in with the ZR button to find them. And in order to unlock something, you're going to need to find all the cats that you can. But I'm going to get into that a little bit more later. In the photo, there are 16 cats to find, as well as 3 morphing butterflies. The butterflies will randomly change into an object, so you can't always find them, so you're going to need to be on the lookout when they show up. These are 2 optional objectives. The main objective is to find 18 items, which are randomly decided when the game starts up. It's their way of having replayability. Some of the items were confusing, like what is bunting? Is it some kind of baseball equipment? No, it's apparently these small flags. Just say flags. Then there's a point where I need to find a syringe. I kind of started looking at the table or couch. I'm like, okay, where would someone leave a syringe? Just so you know, it's up here. It's just a picture of a syringe, which makes me even more curious about this house. Why would anybody carve that into the wood? Why would they ever pick syringe as an object you need to find? This is basically a kid's game, so how about keeping the paraphernalia out of it? This title is filled with bullshit item placement. If they don't want to actually put the item in the picture, they just draw a picture of it on a rock or the wall. It's such a cheat and unnecessary. They always look out of place, and once again only added to pad out the list of items to find. After you find the 18 objects they want you to find, you can take it to a find the difference of these 2 pictures game. There are 2 different ways you can play this. If you want to just get the credit to find the cats, do that and then press the X button and the game will end. Or you can actually play it and find the difference. After that, you go to a mini game, which most of the time is just having you make a picture by rotating or switching picture pieces. The game will often give you false leads. Like it looks like it's lining up, but it's not what the game actually wants you to make at all. It got even worse when it broke it down into shapes or partial shapes. I hated this gameplay so much. Occasionally they won't do this, and they may give you a magic game, which is more relaxing and enjoyable. But in reality, this was the outlier, as 70% of the time you're going to be doing this boring swapping puzzle. Happily, the game only really cares if you play the hidden picture part of this title, as these 2 sections, the find the difference and the picture swapping, are completely optional, and can be skipped with the press of a button, which I appreciated. I mentioned there are unlockables for collecting cats, and here it is. With each cat you find, you can save up enough points to unlock a cat to adopt. What happens when you adopt a cat? Nothing, but you get to see what they look like you haven't seen them enough in the main game. You can't interact with them, it's just this. Now, like I mentioned, this is the collector's edition. One which is apparently exclusive to this release has 6 new sections to complete, as well as 2 Valentine sections. Strangely, they loaded noticeably slower than the main game in between the sections. I have no idea why. I love finding more cats collector's edition, had some cute cats, but gameplay was definitely underwhelming. If the photos didn't look like someone threw a bunch of random items all over the place, it wouldn't have been as bad. I would have loved it if they focused more on the cats. You know, the main selling point of the game? However, the game clearly cares more about you finding these random objects. Now, this is normally $9.99, and I got it for $1.99, and maybe it's worth it at that price. It was relaxing, but it felt cheaply made. It did have a lot of content with those extra 2 modes as well, but I never really enjoyed playing those. But if you like these type of hidden picture games, definitely wait for it to go on sale.